In this video, we're going to look at how to create a system for helping you to keep organized when it comes to creating and performing your WordPress site maintenance. Now, why is it important to get organized? Well, you may be watching this video and going, well, okay, I've only got one WordPress site. I'm not using too many plugins and stuff, so why would I need to go through the all the trouble of setting up this organizational system when I can just get in and just perform my upgrades when I have to perform? Well, over time, what tends to happen is there are so many amazing plugins that come out, and apart from the fact that WordPress is constantly upgrading its installation for reasons discussed in earlier videos, new themes come out, new plugins come out. So over time, what tends to happen is you end up with a lot of plugins. You might end up building up an entire plugin system, as well as themes, as well as I've explained, the updates, which are constantly changing. So it is important to actually get an organized system in place to keep track all of that. And one of the other reasons too is because sometimes when you do an upgrade of either your installation or your plugin or a theme, an error occurs, and if you haven't got an organizational system in place to begin with, what you then have to do is you have to go searching the internet for the previous versions of what you had installed before, which worked, to have so you can restore back to an older version and avoid the errors of the newer versions. And this can happen sometimes a lot if people start to use the automatic upgrade features. Errors occur, and then all of a sudden, because they upgraded automatically and they haven't got an archive system, they haven't got an organized system, now all of a sudden you have to go scouring the net to find out where is the history of the plugin, how can I get back what I had before. And this happens a lot more often than people realize. So it's best to just set up an organized system from the very beginning. And what we will do is I'll show you exactly how to set this up and how to work it. Because once you've got this in place, you're done. And then it's just a very simple process to keep it maintained, and you always have it at your fingertips. If you need to get back an earlier version or you need to understand what's going on, you've actually got the system set up in place. You're not going to be wasting time. So in this example, what we're going to do is the first step is you create, find somewhere on your hard drive, which is makes sense for you, set up a folder called WordPress. Okay, inside this folder, we are going to, you can put other folders. I've got here data backups because I store backups for clients. But the important folders that you want to have is you want to have a folder inside your WordPress folder. You want to have a folder called plugins. In this case, I've got WP plugins. You want to have a folder for your themes. In this case, I've got WP themes. And you want to have a folder for your actual installation upgrades. WordPress keeps coming out with new versions every 2 or 3 months, and you want to have a place to store these. And then what you're going to find is, now I've got a folder here, also called latest plugins. I tend to use a folder like this because I maintain dozens of WordPress sites, and so what tends to happen is I have one folder where I always keep the latest version of the plugins. So as I'm performing multiple site maintenance, I don't have to keep going and searching through individual plugin folders. I've always got them inside just the one folder. So if you own multiple WordPress sites, or you are a WordPress developer or a webmaster and you're looking after multiple WordPress sites, then I recommend that you also have a folder called latest plugins. And essentially what's going to happen is, as new WordPress update versions come out, you're going to store them inside this folder. As new plugins come in, you're going to store them inside the plugins folder. And as you keep building up your collection of themes, you're going to store your themes folders in here. Now, so the setup, as I've just covered, is you have a WordPress folder on your hard drive, and then inside you have a folder for your plugins, a folder for your themes, a folder for your actual installation updates, and if you're managing multiple WordPress sites, have a latest plugins folder. Now, how do we actually use this? Let me move to the next stage now of the organizational system, which is how we organize the information, the data that's going to go in here. In later videos, I'm going to show you where this becomes important. For now, we're just simply setting up the organizational system.